The people must be
All right, so
aware.
I guess this is the show now. So we're going live.
Yeah, we are.
We're
I'm
going
only
Yeah,
we're
we
going
gonna
live.
drink
Holy
some
shit.
nuggets.
Um, yeah, so this is Tech Talk Thursdays. I am Major Linux, but
And
I
it's
guess
pizza.
the show today is being run by the
Just-
one true Major Minor Linux here.
Just put his
Mhm.
mouth
As he has hijacked my headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we've got Kev, it's your boy Kev in the building.
In the building.
We've got the sparkly mystic themselves, Sinziak, in the building. Oh, and I guess that's
Yes,
it.
yes, indeed.
He's off.
Yes, indeed.
Meow.
We're here.
He's out. He's out.
The way he hit the corner though, it was like
Yeah. So, hi, hello.
Greetings
Oh,
and
that's adorable.
salutations.
that is adorable.
how are you gentlemen doing?
Are we live? That's the first
we
question.
are.
I am
Okay.
blessed and slightly flavored. Let's go.
I want to.
I don't know how to
I
respond
want
to that, but all right.
You should.
I would like to offer these visuals, given the nonsense and shenaniganery that has occurred in tech space and other spaces across the socials and other stuff this week. So here we are. Things are fine, and also, you know something, West Coast Sin, I can put that back if you want me to put that back. It's not a difficult thing for me to put back in here. Also, the keffiyeh came in, so we get to wear that today. That's what this thing is.
Hey.
But I got them in an alternate color scheme because I do have like a certain, like we have brand things to consider, aesthetiques even. So
Is it demure? Is it demure? Demure? I don't know.
very like I kept it very cutesy, kept the colors very mild. See how they're not screaming for attention over here. We kept it very classy, very demure.
There we go.
Look at my jacket. Very demure. Very mindful.
Yeah, very, very mindful, very capable of keeping me warm in these very frosty streets. Climate change doing the thing that it does, it is now, I am now uncomfortable because it is probably a lot cooler for this time of the year than it should be at the place that I live. Although it has been like every day has been like a record high for weeks. Then we just had 3 days where it's kind of like, it's 75. And I'm like, it's still August. That's not the temperature it's supposed to be right now.
I mean, I'll take it over record highs. As someone who's lived in record highs for so long.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Me and you, like, live down the street from each other, remember? We've had the same summer.
And it's still bad.
In this area. In this area, anyway.
It feels so
But
great.
it's,
It felt so great today when I left the house. I was like, oh,
it
this
really
is,
does, though.
this is
It's just like,
nice. Oh.
you're just like, I almost want to be outside where the people are. And then you're just like, oh, right, people, girls.
Yeah, that's what happened. I go to open house today.
Oh.
And meet the teacher, and she's 8. She was pregnant. 8 weeks left, and it's like, so yeah, school starts back next week. My son does not handle change very well.
Yeah.
Did you tell her that?
No.
She's gonna be out better part of the year, especially when I've hit the baby, then
I mean,
the maternity
given-
leave kicks in.
I mean, given how Americans treat maternity leave, I would not be surprised she was back in 2 weeks.
I mean, I would say probably that might be worth, that might actually might be worth mentioning. Ionized.
Now
Do I
no.
want to feel old? Like,
I already do.
I'm
already old, so
I am
Go ahead.
essentially like an eternally exhausted immortal. If you can think of Alucard from the like recent Castlevania series, right there, that's me.
I understood that reference.
But nah, it wasn't that bad. And actually, he's better about it than he has been before. I'm not too concerned.
good.
But yeah, it's just
No, like it's
I
just
did
one
not
of those
realize
things
she
of
was
being
pregnant
like, hey,
until, like,
y'all,
I
if y'all
told
are
her-
gonna,
oh.
just be like, hey, if y'all are about to hit a hot swap with these teachers, like I feel like that y'all might just want to be aware, like have this on your radar.
Yeah.
Also, give me a moment. I will be right back.
All right. So yeah, what's going on, Merge? What's going on, Ionized? Thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. It is the 22nd day of Black August.
Yep.
Please keep that in mind. But Ionized, please. I would love to feel older than I already feel. Proceed. If you choose to. Oh, wait, yeah. You know what? I had a feeling that's what you were going to post up because I saw the post about that earlier. But Turn Down for What is a decade old. And yet,
That's funny.
Yet again, somebody thrust me right back into the middle of the DNC.
Oh yeah, that was Judge Delegates. That was funny. I was like, okay.
It's funny until you realize, like, okay, it's a bunch of old people who are doing these things, trying to be hip and capture the youth dim. And it's like, this feels cringy in a way that maybe shouldn't.
It is because it's all pandering. But yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay, great. You know what?
Like,
there we go. There was the word.
That's what I'm saying. You acknowledge. Like, I know what they're trying to do. This is a wholly pandering. I'm just gonna laugh and point. That's all I'm gonna do.
Just was like, I see what you're doing here, and it's absolutely not for me. Y'all can have that.
But RNC with Kid Rock, I feel like that's a legitimate thing that just happens.
That's all they could get, really. Because it's like, that's their guy. It's like everybody else is like, yeah, I don't know if I want to pull up there. I don't know if I want to pull up to the RNC because I ain't, you know.
Like, that doesn't, that feels like an unironic and honest choice for a thing that everybody can just get behind. It's like, yep, that feels right. That's the brand.
It's like, yeah, that's our guy because nobody else will. That's our guy because nobody else can and will perform for the scale that we will not pay him. Like, you know, he's just happy to be there and get out the house and perform somewhere that will not cancel his bookings. And then with like DNC, it's like, oh, we're the good ones. We can get anything. We can get anybody to pull up. Yeah.
Although the one good thing I found hilarious about the DNC is the fact that Kamala and Walls went to Milwaukee and filled the arena that the RNC was in. While also filling in the United Center. It's like, okay, you know what? Like,
that was a masterclass in petty.
Yeah, it's like, look, I don't care about the Democratic ticket. I don't care about the Republican ticket, but I do care about Petty. Petty recognized Petty. And I was actually like, all right, you know what? Still not gonna get me to vote for you, but I see you. Gabe recognized Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
And then all that got washed away last night. It's amazing. It's amazing just how easy that just happens. I mean, was it though? Is it?
Yes.
Is it better than most things with Kid Rock? I feel like the RNC just would still be just.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, I mean, you know something. Here's what, like, I personally am like, you know, if there were one person left to hate on that man on this planet, it would be me, right? So like anything with that is just like, Kid Rock for me is like spoiled mayo. The RNC is like spoiled bread. I feel like it's one of those, not having those two things together would probably still be an improvement, although all of it should go into the trash. You see what I mean? It's that, right?
Got you.
Because like me and all my homies hate that man. Disrespectfully.
Didn't he try to get in a rap at one point?
Yeah, who knows?
Like, he was like rap rock until he like did a hard pivot in the country when he realized, oh no, or when people realized, oh no, this man is like super duper problematic.
I think you're thinking Machine Gun Kelly.
No, this was early. And if anything, I would have probably thought Post Malone was that person. I still can't believe, like, wow, we are out here trusting Post Malone over Kid Rock? Okay. Because I felt like Post Malone was going to go in that direction too, but he didn't. See, white guy?
No, he did. No, he did the exact reverse, actually.
Yeah, it's like, white folks, not all of them are bad. Still, like, hey, just give them a second, but
We're just like side-eyeing, observating, but so far.
Yeah. Shit, I ain't even heard nothing bad about Machine Gun Kelly. Look, Eminem got in trouble again before Machine Gun Kelly actually just did some terrible shit. I don't know. I don't follow this shit, but all I know is like Eminem definitely surfaced back up for me. It's like, oh no, problematic person. I was like, again, hooray. No. One more thing before we get on the show. I do want to thank Verge for the gift. I did catch it in between naps today because exhausted by things. But Tactical Breach Wizards is in. Tactical Breach Wizards is in, and I am excited.
That's awesome.
What does that mean?
Tactical Breach Wizards is a tactical game in which you play as wizards who are kind of in a SWAT team. So the items that they use to take out enemies are magical versions of actual weapons.
Yeah.
Like wands that work like handguns and assault rifles that shoot mystical things. Mm-hmm. And the writing is really good. I have some demo footage on YouTube when I covered briefly Steam Next Fest.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Wait, what's in Ohio?
Skibbity, probably.
They still haven't cleaned up East Palestine yet?
Probably not.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, gentlemen. We got some tech news. We got some gaming news. We got some streaming news. We got some software update news. We got a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
This
smattering.
It's Tech Talk Thursday. First off, the data leak affecting everyone in the US, UK, and Canada was even worse than we first thought. Not only was there a $2.7 billion record leak that happened last week, the company that was holding the data also held passwords in plain text.
Ooh. Chile. Might as well have been a sequel at that point. Access, maybe?
So there has been a place where you can go to find out if you have been exposed. I would say, hey, if you're gonna fill this out, don't put your social security number in there. Don't do that. But let's see. I mean, luckily, my information is not in here unless like they have it from another address. I can only remember my current zip code and my previous zip code. But there's no telling because, again, I've lived in multiple cities. if they acquired any of my information, I do not want to search by a social security number. So I'm like, I feel like that will probably be the best thing because it's like, that's what they have. And I want to see if they have it. But so far, between my name and my phone number and 2 zip codes, they don't have any of my information. But you can go to mpdbreach.com where you can go and verify whether or not your information is included in this massive data breach, which seems to be getting worse and worse for the people of the US, the UK, and Canada. Does anybody remember Microsoft Recall, or do you recall Microsoft Recall? So is the Justice Department swooping with charges? I don't know, because it's a US company, probably not. Hence why the Department of Justice was like, hey, US companies, y'all should buy TikTok. It's what was that, a full leak or a partial leak? From what I understand, it's a full leak. Like, it's just 2.7 billion records that are just out there.
You know, no big deal. No big deal.
From a company that sells the data for background checks. Oh yeah, they failed. Yeah. What is capitalism? Like the measure of moral failures in business or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft's Recall AI feature won't be available for Windows testers until October. For those who do not recall Windows Recall, it was the thing that took a snapshot of everything on your desktop and used AI to analyze it, so that way you can just go back to a point in time where there was information on your screen and retrieve it. And, you know, leaving security holes wide open for anybody to get access to that data. So Microsoft didn't throw it away. They just, I guess, took it back, retooled it, and now they're just going to keep pushing it out. It'll be available for Windows testers in 2 months. Who's ready for Windows Recall? No, nobody can introduce.
Looking at this, no.
Interest anybody in Windows Recall? No. Yeah, I don't think so. This is a dumb fucking thing. We should not be doing this. Microsoft, you have many L's in your pocket, please. They're just spilling out now. But in a rare win for Windows and content creators everywhere, the Windows will let you use your webcam in multiple apps at once. So no longer will we have to use the OBS's virtual camera. We can actually host a Discord call and also have our webcams free for our Twitch streams. Hold on. So if my clients say they didn't do something I know that they probably did, I could use Recall to get them. I mean, you could. But why? Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Kev, are you excited to leave behind the OBS virtual camera? Well, I forgot you use it for something different. Never mind.
Yeah.
You use it for the background.
Yeah, I use it for the background, yeah.
But yes, all of those streamers who want to play Jackbox or something in a Discord with friends with cameras, but also would like to stream, you can now do that. That is a thing you can do. Rejoice and be glad in it.
Yes. Indeed.
In labor news, nothing is requiring employees to be in the office 5 days a week. Why not just say they're just required to just be back in the office? Like, what was the 5 days a week part for?
Mm-hmm. Just open it up.
Does Carl pay like does nothing like say no? You work 7 days a week, but 5 of them you have to be in the office. Like, I don't understand the point of having to include 5 days a week in that title, but they did. Thanks, Verge. But yes, Pay's goal, according to the email he published on LinkedIn, is to provide collaboration and innovation across design, engineering, and manufacturing, which he argues does not work well remotely. The new mandate will take effect in 2 months, and Pay will be accepting live questions about the decision from Nothing staffers during the company's next town hall meeting. I guess removed any ambiguity and wiggle room. I guess. My question, so why again, why is it that companies, these CEOs, and I want new answers. I don't want the same old tired answers. Why do these CEOs, why do these companies want their employees to return back into an office when it's been proven that, you know, productivity has been better, it saves money, it allows employees to get on with their lives doing something better? Why are people being forced back into the office? New answers only. Okay, I hear we just renovated the office. Come back.
That one's always funny to me.
Well, I haven't heard that one, so that one was new. That one was new to me. The renovations. I said new ones merge. I've heard of those before. Control and that sweet, sweet office tax write-off. Sid, what would you need to hear that would force you to come back into the that would get you to come back into the office?
I mean, do we want an honest answer about that? Because I will give you one.
Sure.
What I would need to hear, if like legit, if I could just say, if you do this handful of things, then sure, I have no problem with coming into the office. You would have to guarantee me the following: a relocation stipend and or a travel stipend. And then you would have to also guarantee me that I have a single space with a door that I can close, that no one is allowed to interrupt for the entire time that I am in that room.
That's true, because your office is in not North Carolina, right?
It is not. Fun fact for everybody: when I moved, before I moved to the place that I live now, I lived 3 miles away from my office. And when they said you're working from home indefinitely, I was like, bet. And I packed up and moved 5 hours away from my office. So it's kind of like, hey, we want everybody to come in and start having hybrid stuff. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I live 5.5 hours away. I just moved up here. And I know y'all are not about to pay me the amount of money it will cost for me to break my entire lease and then move all the way back down here. So what's up? I also don't have a job where I have to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if y'all want me to do that, y'all are going to have to do things where every single thing I've ever asked for as an accommodation happens all at the same time and give me a pay increase. And then I will actually consider it. But before then, absolutely not. And the first time, and I do mean the first time, that I walk in with an air purifier in my hand and someone asks me what that's for, I'm walking out and y'all aren't going to see me again. So don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just smiles in your direction.
People smiling in my direction is fine, because the thing about this is, even as a remote person, I like the people that I work with. So that's fine. I get along with the people that I work with really well, but being in the office is actually unreasonable.
You're getting a mouthful of Lysol. My Lysol game strong.
All right.
I keeps that thing on me.
All right. Debuting this Saturday because the streaming service doesn't work on Sundays. Any given day that isn't Sunday, Chick-fil-A streaming service. Check it out.
That's funny. Two things I can avoid that are Chick-fil-A based. Let's go.
Bigot Chicken. Bigot Chicken is trying to start a streaming service.
And when I tell you I like Zaxby's for a reason,
I don't get it. Why?
I mean, real talk, make it make sense, but you know.
Look, what did I say during the Gamescom stream? Just choose one thing and do it well. Stop doing other things. Like Chick-fil-A, you do two things well, I guess. I mean, from my previous experiences with Chick-fil-A, you do make some good chicken. You make great milkshakes. You're a great restaurant. And you also do bigotry very well. Just stop there. Oh my goodness. Kev, you gonna watch some Chick-fil-A on streaming?
No. I watched them Wendy's streams. Them Wendy's streams would be great.
Wait, Wendy's have streams?
Wendy, oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Wendy's streams on Twitch. Never mind.
Oh. I was like, wait a second. Like, you mean
like,
there's
no.
precedent for this?
I'm like, oh, no.
I know not to ask Sin if he would watch Chick-fil-A streaming. Also, he wouldn't be able to answer me anyway.
Would I watch Chick-fil-A streaming? Here's the answer to the question. I would, on certain conditions. Here are the conditions, right? Do you see the background decorating me at this moment?
I do.
If the streaming service were me watching this happen at a Chick-fil-A, I'm tuning in. I'm locked in every single stream.
So if it was so you would watch a stream of a Chick-fil-A arson?
Of course, that would be a crime. I would never. But if I did just so happen to come across that on the platform, I'm just like, oh no, look, that would just be.
It's like watching a train wreck.
So quirky, so odd, so curious.
It's like watching a train wreck. It happened. We just were here and it was already on fire. We
didn't start the fire. It was always burning. You know what I mean? We
didn't start the fire, but I did go to Food Line and pick up some Jiffy Pop and then pop the popcorn over its smoldering flames to then watch.
What do you mean? Why didn't I tell you? If I could see it, then surely you could see it. So what's the problem?
I mean, we are both here watching it. We are all here watching this. Why aren't you doing something about it? Munch. Oh, Kev.
Sure.
It is time to rejoice as people who are part of people as part of the Solidarity for Storage Devices movement.
Yep.
Western Digital has released a new 8 terabyte PS5 SSD, which I imagine you could put in a PC.
my.
Would you like to know
yeah.
how much it costs?
Oh, I think I know how much it costs.
How much you think it costs?
It's a grand in your hand right there.
It is a
grand
grand.
in your hand.
I mean, granted, it is on the screen. But yes, it is a grand.
I mean, I didn't even have to look. I knew. I see that exact one, and it was like, oh, you talking about a grand?
A grip.
Mm-hmm. Showed up. I was like, nah, that ain't me, bro.
Verge and COD still won't fit.
COD still
No. See, don't besmirch the good name of COD, because also thanks to the Solidarity for Storage Devices movement, they're cutting down the size of COD. You do not have to download Warzone to be able to download the single player for COD.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Why couldn't we just separate them things out? It's weird,
like they
though.
used to be.
Yeah. It's that weird thing of like, okay, well, you get Apex, but you got to download Titanfall 2.
I don't remember. I think it's covered in here. So it's got to be in here somewhere. There we go. Call of Duty. So starting with season 5, Reloaded, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is where that new split's gonna happen. Actually, shit, that happened yesterday. Breaking news: where you've tuned into status where I'm playing game. The game content reorganizing feature should have went live yesterday for Call of Duty. So eventually, yeah, you're going to be able to split it all out. And then on October 25th, when Black Ops 6 releases, you can just download the single player. It doesn't say what the sizes are going to be, but it should definitely decrease the footprint. But yeah, I want an 8 tier. Oh wait, it's already on sale at Amazon, or no, this is. Jeez, I swear I hate these tracking links. I mean, yeah, back to the normal 120 gigabytes. That's about the size of a AAA game, almost. Even though I still think Cyberpunk is smaller than that for what that game is, which is amazing. Yes. So yes, for $70 less, you can get the 8 terabyte WD Black.
You know, I'm still sitting here again back at the this is a company for grown-ups question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was there not a...
Not like what you're seeing is me processing all the thoughts into
Like,
words, into parsable words, right?
I was making sure that wasn't a question that had already been asked. That's all. That's it.
It's just like remote work isn't compatible with a high ambition level plus high speed.
Oh wait, you're still on the Carpe joint.
Like when I said I'm still on the office question, I mean I'm sitting here on the office question because what it's giving is this is a reskinned Elon Musk comment.
I mean, he too is tech bro.
But it's one of these things, like these things aren't compatible with this. And I'm just like, as a CEO, are you unable to effectively communicate the things that you want without you having to be 5 physical feet away from people?
Because you're just going to email them anyway.
Because the question is, right, all right, are you going to be in the office? Are you going to talk to people daily, every person in the office? Is that what we're doing?
Well, no, because he's the CEO. He's got important things he has to do outside of the office for the company.
I want you to know that my automatic expressions, my automatic answer, like as if there were an away message about CEO general concerns about infringements upon their time, are the amount of fucks that I have are completely gone until 2028. So you have 4 years to go of non-fucks, right? Okay, now that we have that very clear so that we don't have to do that, right? Are you meeting with these people? Are you talking to these people? Are you going to be held accountable? Do you, like, can I walk up to your door and knock on it and expect you to just drop everything? Are you going to start respecting calendars? How many of these emails are we going to have? Am I going to have less meetings? How are you going to make sure that if I'm in the office, that you don't let interpersonal issues get into the office and that I don't have to navigate like unnecessary social politics in order to effectively do my work at the office? And are you going to be completely and totally content if I show up at the time I'm supposed to show up and leave at the time that I'm supposed to leave and don't necessarily go to the office party, the after office hangout, the holiday party, or any of those things? Because I feel like the answer to all of this is no. And this is a company for grown-ups. Grown-ups that have lives outside of the work hours that you hired them for, you dusty bitch.
Hand clap praise.
Don't we
Hand clap
have a
praise.
Discord button for that?
Mm-hmm. Should. Oh wait.
Yeah, I think anybody can use that one.
Oh yeah, we can. There it is. There it is. Hand clap praise. We're gonna do it one more time. Okay.
Just because literal exhaustion with the infantilizing people. Mm-hmm. The fact that your company is literally named nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is requiring employees to be in the office 5 days a week. And I'm like, correct.
Mm-mm.
Because it isn't. This is absolutely ridiculous to be like, hey, these are the things that you're going to do, because it is what do you require people, like, what is the concrete use case for a thing that is impossible to do in the way that you would want people to effectively do it, that requires them to be physically present when the thing that you are doing is tech? You cannot answer that question for me.
I mean, engineering probably, but
like, if we're talking about engineering, right? If you're over here like with nuts and bolts and actual screws, then sure. But those aren't the people that you're asking to be in the office 5 days a week, because those people are already there.
They're already in the office. They're already in the office, in the work site.
Like, the people who have to be on site, we understand have to be on site, and those people are already there. That email isn't addressed to them. It's addressed to somebody who is over here doing design work in Figma, or is over here backing up your pages on WordPress or whatever your like website SEO tool is, and doing random things in like Tableau or Confluence. And none of those people have to physically be in the premises. And while we are here with your fucking open office plans, you don't even have enough room for everybody to be there at the same time.
Yeah. Unless we're talking about like mom and pop insurance office, where it's like 3 employees. Even then, it's still like all 3 employees need to be there.
Once again, y'all are paying, like, if it were like a company of like, let's say 5 to 30 people,
right?
That's something that I could understand, because you have a lot of information being passed around, multiple people are doing multiple things, and you need to like send this from here, like information from here to here. None of this stuff makes any sense though. And what is kind of like finding the right people to build with and delivering personal growth experience confidence. It's just like one of these things where I'm like looking at the message that he actually sent, and it's one of those things of being like, you know, I'm not necessarily interested in the opinions of these lowly peasants or whatever. I want to work with people who understand my vision and want to move forward with the vision that I have for how I think these things should go. And I mean, if what you want is yes people, then say that, but also none of this stuff makes, like, none of the stuff that he's saying makes sense looking at this. And this was like, we're at 0.01 of our potential. How are you measuring that? Where did that number come from? Here, let me read this for a second. And then I want you to make the need for everybody to be in the office make sense for a second. We have come a long way in a short space of time. We are the only company to have established a smartphone business in the last 10 years, and we are the fastest growing smartphone brand in India at 567% growth year over year, and yet we are at 0.01% of our potential. Where did you get these? Where are these words coming from?
The sky or where you sit on.
Because it's like, first of all, we make physical products where design, engineering, manufacturing, and quality have to collaborate closely together to deliver products. This does not work well remotely. You said this hasn't worked well remotely, and you've been remote during the time of COVID, and you have reported 500% growth annually, and then you write the words, but this does not work. Somehow, like, respectfully, there is mold in your brain and you should have it removed. I'm done with that. We can continue.
Merch says they do not care about a single bit about how unproductive they make your day when you are in the office, but hold on, you can go to the store instead of being in an unnecessary meeting.
Like, there's literally a thing here that says, we understand that you might have to step out the office to do whatever we have to do, and we trust you to make those decisions. What is the difference then?
Yeah, why force me into an office?
Because, I mean, you can trust my decision to leave the office once I'm there, but you don't trust the idea that people just don't need to be there in the first place. Like, make this make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I shouldn't be surprised by this being said by a person whose company role functionally would be the easiest to replace by AI.
Yep. Or just not replace at all. The analogy I was given last week was not that we would want this to happen, but Jeff Bezos could get run over by a bus and Amazon would be fine. Or whoever the Amazon CEO is. Mm-hmm. They could be isekai'd and the company will just be fine.
The only thing I can actually think of that makes that one particular role useful is if you are in team setups where they're just like, hey, we have a whole bunch of stuff to synergize, and we would like to have a person who hears all of that feedback and then goes, right, this is what we want to do with that, if that is a thing that you require. Like, it's at best a coordinating role. Other than that, no. Like, oh my God. Okay.
Or you can leave the decision up to the people.
I mean, it's one of those, have you tried asking 500 people? Like, have you tried asking 5 people what they want on their pizza?
Vote.
The one time that you decide that this is a good suggestion?
Well, I mean, they're all working after the fact. They're all working after the fact too.
No, this is me looking at you and being like, this is the time that you said voting is a good suggestion.
Yes, they're also doing the work after the fact. It's not like they vote and then they all go home and they don't do their job. They're voting about the decisions made by the company and then after that enacting those decisions. There
is like a silly set of Comic Sans words over here that say this is humor floating over my head. I just want to point that out.
I mean, I understand, but I'm just saying that, yeah, like I did say vote because they also will do work afterwards.
But it's, but as a thing of being like, hey, this decision should be left to a whole bunch of people. After being in the middle of a whole bunch of things where I'm just like, hey, here's a whole bunch of ideas. What should we do with this? And having all of those people look at me and being like, hey, can you think about this and let me know what your overall feedback would be is a common thing.
Merge, I do not like you and the series of words that you have put into this chat because all of it is just corporate bullshit words and I know exactly what it means. And I hate it. I hate all of it.
Hold on for a moment. So, Merge, I feel like you're missing some critical points here. I feel like what we need to do is take that offline and then possibly circle back once we've had time to let that marinate.
I hate it. This is one of those times where I'm going to use the phrase I do not like. I hate it here. Normally, I like where I am, but right now, I do not. I only like to use that phrase in the most literal sense, and I hate it here right now.
But anyway, let us continue and do the things.
So yeah, anyone wants to give me $1,000 for storage, I'd appreciate it. And I love you forever. You'll be my best friend. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I mean, you can hire Major to do stuff if you want to give him $1,000 for storage, and you just don't feel like giving him $1,000 just because.
All of those things. All of them are valid choices. But come on. Come on. Come on. Stop, Merge. I hate that I even know what that means now.
Story points.
Fuck Agile so much. Why was Agile even just deployed in IT?
I mean, would you rather have that or Gherkin?
I don't even know what Gherkin is.
Merge does. Isn't that right, Merge? I'm just out here talking about pickles.
DeepMind. The thing that I love to hate that Google makes because they scarred me with AI, the initial AI generated images of weird fucked up shit. The workers of DeepMind have asked Google to drop their military contracts, especially the ones they have with Israel. But, I mean, again, it's another thing, and I don't know, maybe it's just I'm tired and I'm exhausted, and I just can't go through, I can't have the energy for this anymore. I don't have the energy for this anymore, at least not right now. But we know, because we have covered this before, that Google loves that sweet, sweet cash up its motherfucking ass and will not cut ties with Israel. Because just like with any other tech bro, they're like, look, we made the technology. We're not responsible for who uses it and how they use it. It's just fucking bullshit, bro. Google DeepMind workers signed a letter calling on the company to drop contracts to military organizations, according to a report by Time. The document was drafted on May 16th of this year. Damn it. We just now hearing about it about 2 months later. Yeah, about 2-3 months later. Okay. Around 200 people signed the document, which amounts to 5% of the total headcount of DeepMind. Oh yeah, this is getting immediately thrown in the fucking trash. Excuse me. For the uninitiated, DeepMind is one of Google's AI divisions, and the letter states that adopting military contracts runs afoul of the company's own AI rules. The letter was sent out as internal concerns began circulating within the AI lab that the tech was allegedly being sold to military organizations via cloud contracts. Okay, were y'all just not talking to other people? Because I feel like just the populace could see that a mile away. But okay. Look, I'm not here to chastise when you got here, as long as you did. According to Time, Google's contracts with the United States military and the Israeli military allow access to services via the cloud, and this reportedly includes AI technology developed by DeepMind. The letter doesn't linger on any specific military organization, with workers emphasizing that it's not about the geopolitics of any particular conflict. But I'm just saying, conveniently, there's one going on right now that is built off of Google's cloud technologies called Project Nimbus, which is powering something called Lavender, Daddy's Home, and oh Jesus, another one, and it's biblical. It's another biblical one. Fuck it, I forgot. But yeah.
I'm sure it'll come to you eventually.
There's Lavender, Daddy's Home, and it was a third one, but I cannot remember what it was. There's one it was particular to buildings. But yeah, I can't think of what it was called. But yeah, it's good to see that there are more people out there who are realizing, hey, that the shit that we build is being used to kill innocent people. Granted, I mean, that's just almost every open source technology at this fucking point. To where, again, we have to trot out the same old line that there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. But yeah. For those who are missing some Twitter news, we got Twitter news for you. Twitter has closed.
No one here missed it.
All right, cool. I can go. Oh no. Twitter is closing its operations in Brazil immediately, but its services will remain live for users. This is coming after Brazilian Supreme Court asked Twitter to remove certain posts from its platform that were in relation to its former president, Bolsonaro, and a lot of far right-wing propaganda and misinformation that was being posted on its platform. Muskie Musk and co, citing, hey, this is censorship, which again, would like to stress, because I tried to stress this on Monday. Yes, what the Brazilian government is asking Twitter to do is amount to censorship. However, we have to take that into context that Brazil may not have the same First Amendment laws like we do in this country.
Yes.
However light or heavy they may be, depending on who's using them. What Brazil is trying to do is protect its people, and can within its laws ask a company to do so. Twitter, however, is like, you know what? We're not going to comply, and we're going to move out of the country instead. The main reason I still talk about this article, the reason why I included it, is not because of just the whole geopolitical aspect of it. It's the fact that Engadget doesn't mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Engadget's like, oh, the government of Brazil asked Twitter to do it, and Twitter didn't do it, and they just removed it out of Brazil. But does not explicitly say what they were asking for.
Right.
like what the Brazilian government was asking for, why the Brazilian government asked them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you have to click in, which again, who's going to click a Reuters article? I don't know. I did. To which I read the actual Reuters report, and they spell out that the Supreme Court wanted Twitter to remove far-right posts and misinformation, which could hurt the Brazilian people.
Yes.
And again, like I say, yes, it looks like government censorship. But also, should we be concerned about government censorship if they are fucking lies, if it's going to kill people? Like if there was a sinkhole on a road and I knew there was a sinkhole, I said, hey, everybody should drive down the road to the sinkhole. There is no sinkhole. They are lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should be called out, and then removed.
Well, like, right, but I think that's not like the problem is, and I think this is always important when we have to talk about these things. Not because these people are never going to listen to this, but I think the people who are here in the audience obviously kind of care about these distinctions, and so it's important, right? The framing of the question is, it's a government censorship issue and it's overreach or whatever, or we're going to, like, their Supreme Court said they're censoring our content or whatever, and we have the ability to, we're just going to decide to ignore that. And if that means we have to pull up our tent pegs and leave, then that's what we're going to do. Let me say this. There are plenty of things that could be easily considered a censorship issue. This is not one of them. Okay, we're going to repeat that one more time. If you're in the back of the congregation, make sure you have your funeral home fan. We're passing around the collection plate into 5 minutes. There are plenty of things that could be considered a censorship issue. This is not one of them, because I guarantee you, right, since we're talking about censorship issues, the person who's complaining about this and calling it a censorship issue is the same person who hung up a whole sign that was, bless you, that was like bright and flashing, and they had to go, hey, the people across the building from here, we have ordinances for these signs that you have to have, rules you have to follow, possible like epilepsy episodes you could trigger from having that stuff over here. You can't have that. You have to take that sign down, and their sign was to throw a whole fit and sell the whole building. That has been this man's MO. Anytime someone has introduced the fact that there are rules, laws, or regulations where if you are going to interact in a world that has other people in it, you cannot run around and just do whatever you want to do. Someone at some point is going to tell you no. And we have turned this into, it's the man, it's the government, it's censorship, and it's literally none of those things.
Mm-mm. It's literally just rules and regulations.
I would also like to remind the people of the court that it was like how long after like acquiring Twitter that the first thing that this man decides to do is fire everybody on his team who's responsible for moderating content on the platform. That is the first thing, one of the first things to go. Mm-hmm. Was moderation policies. And we talked about that then, and I'm going to bring us back around to that conversation to say this. People saying, hey, your platform, if you're going to have people sharing ideas that have the amount of reach and impact they have, you are also going to have to moderate that shit. That is basically the whole foundation of that court order.
Especially if you want ads.
You want ad revenue, you want reach, you want to have these things in all these different places, cool. If you are over here posting things that have potential to harm people, we are going to tell you, hey, you have to fix that shit because other people can read it. That's not a censorship problem. If I walk over into your house and start cussing up a storm where you and all of your neighbors can hear, and you're just like, hey, it is literally 8:30 a.m. These people are sleeping. I need you to calm yourself and take that somewhere. You haven't infringed on my ability to say those things. You just said, hey, it's 8:30 in the morning and that's not appropriate. Mm-hmm. The end. That's not censorship. This man has decided to frame everything as censorship or someone trying to like quell his voice from speaking whenever someone just goes, hey, you cannot have a platform that you have and say anything you want to. You have to be responsible and accountable for the things that you say. And if we have a problem with it, we are going to tell you so. And has turned this into they're attacking me. We can't let those kind of ideas, when we're talking about them or having conversations with them, stand unchallenged when we're just like, but it's censorship. The government shouldn't have the right to control the things that I have to say. Well, okay, then you shouldn't have a platform that has a reach and impact on government, which we have had to go to the Senate floor for multiple times. Absolutely not.
I mean, Israel does it.
Huh?
Israel does it.
I mean, I would say the same thing to them that I'm saying about this now, but you already know that. Why did you say that? Get out of here. Go to your refrigerator and get a Diet Coke over here before you.
I can't. I don't have any more.
You're saying the right thing as if we don't know this the right thing. Come on.
Oh, now. I know. I just wanted to say it.
Yeah.
See,
also,
the thing is,
also not just influencing governments, but influencing financial decisions too. You know, because man's got SEC down his throat.
But like this is a man who seems to have an allergic reaction to anybody being like, you have to be responsible for shit. And I don't know why people don't immediately clock that whenever he says the word censorship, because that's not what he means. He went to the platform and bought it because he said it's the public town square of ideas where everyone gets to talk, and then immediately took everybody's right to go, we don't think these people should be here because this is everybody's collective space. And in a collective space, people might just go, that person's a dick and we don't want them here. And he was just like, you can't do that, and went reinstating accounts for people that got banned from the platform for breaking its own terms of service.
Yes.
This man did that. Like, if you ever hear the word censorship and Elon Musk in the same sentence, you need to hit him with that quote from, oh goodness, The Princess Bride, and be like, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
That word, I don't think it means what you think it means, Sam.
What was the word he was?
And that should be
inconceivable.
And that should be the only response to this, because I would like to point out that the same man who's over here talking about censorship on his platform banned people who made fun of him or made duplicate accounts of him or made meme accounts of him because he doesn't like being made fun of in public spaces. So do with that what you will.
Oh, poor baby.
And I hope they do it again.
Mm-hmm.
There were some additional spicy thoughts there, but I'm going to save those for a later time.
All right.
Censorship. Like, y'all don't understand censorship. And this is why, like, this is why I just sit here and look at certain other streaming platforms. A certain very forceful push with the leg, as it were. And I'm just waiting for people to be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened. And I'm just like, once again, this is what happens when you don't moderate your stuff. And then you have to deal with legal repercussions. So whenever that stuff happens.
Well.
Yep.
Who's ready for some gaming news?
Verge is ready for gaming news.
All right. Gamescom happened. It's happening. It happened, but no, it is. I think it is currently happening.
No, it's currently happening until I think till tomorrow. Yeah.
Isn't it tomorrow in Germany already?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Time is weird.
In Germany, it's 3:30 a.m.
Yep.
Well, here are some things that were announced at opening afternoon live, as it was here in the United States, because it sure as shit was not night.
Yeah, it was middle of the afternoon. I was like, ugh, okay.
Borderlands 4 was announced because
poorly kept secret, because Randy was crashing out on the. Because like I said, because Randy was crashing out because people didn't like his movie and people didn't like the Borderlands movie. And so he kind of like mentioned that it was out, that he was working on it. So poorly kept secret.
I'm going to fix it.
Yeah.
Mafia, The Old Country.
That's cool to say. It's good to see it. It's good to see a Mafia game again because had done. It's like the remix, the remaster. They're the remasters, whatever you call them. Yeah.
It's Mafia without all the black people.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Well, it wasn't announced, but we have a date.
Yeah. So now you can get to whip Nazis in the face.
And in 2025, you can do it on PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
Something that they said they weren't going to say was going to happen, but we've got news on that later on.
Yes.
Single player campaign playthrough for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, including Bill Clinton.
I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty cool.
It was really weird. I saw him show up and said, "Wait, was that Bill Clinton?"
Yeah, he was up there in the he was in the banner.
Well, no, he was like there was actually a model like when they were walking through during the campaign.
Oh, they had a model?
That's where I
didn't even
saw
see that.
him, and it was like, was that Bill Clinton? And then when they came back
Yeah.
and they were going through shooting through that same area, that's when I saw on the banner that it was a fundraiser for Bill Clinton. I was like, oh, that was Billy.
I mean, Black Ops Cold War, you did talk to Reagan. So it was like you were giving Reagan was giving you marching orders. So it doesn't stand to reason that you wouldn't have,
So right there,
Bill Clinton likeness. Yeah.
Like you barely see him, and it's like, wait, was that Bill Clinton?
It's like you blink, you miss it. You blink, you miss it. It's like, okay. Because it's like your target is like interacts with him.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you need to get that particular senator's retina scan, and then, which is how they do it in the early 90s. That's kind of weird, but okay.
Oh,
sure.
that's where we knew her from. I'll get to it in a second. Dying Like the Beast was announced.
Yes.
Directive 8020 from Supermassive Games.
So that
Starring
was
Lashana Lynch of Captain Marvel and the Woman King fame.
She was not Monica Rambeau.
Yeah. No.
Maria
Rambeau.
Maria Rambeau, yeah.
The daughter.
The mama.
Oh, the mama. I thought it was the daughter.
No, she was the mama.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's right. Captain Marvel, that's the 90s, not the, yeah.
Yeah. And also, she was, I believe, Quantum of Solace?
No, would have been the latest one? No Time to Die?
Oh, yeah. No Time to Die. No.
Because she was the replacement.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I knew it was one of the Craig Bonds, but I couldn't think it's the which one.
Goat Simulated Remastered.
Oh, that was a funny trailer.
That really was. It's like I was actually surprised. I recognized a lot of those glitches and shit.
It was like Reforged. It was like Warhammer. It was like Warcraft Reforged.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, the the Assassin's Creeds.
Oh right, with that dude with the no face.
Yeah, with the no face. That was you. That'd be you. Yeah. Which
surprisingly, that wasn't a remaster. It was just like a glitch. So it was kind of it was weird. Like, it's like, are we talking about remasters or just bad games, glitches? What are we doing?
It was like poor remaster. It was like a poor remaster. Then it was like then like Skyrim was like the constant re-releases.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess that would make sense why the thing kept happening over and over.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, this is on the Switch and PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X and then like PC upgrades and oof.
King of Meat. I think there was like a Fall Guys type game that had Jeff Keighley going around it, trying to announce what was happening while trying to stay alive, and then ultimately winning King of Meat. Linked, Banner of the Spark, isometric little game, but also has, or was it isometric? I can't remember. This is one of the games where I was like, okay, you're doing a cool thing. I like what you're doing, but see, now that you have base building, I hate this.
I was liking it because I'm like, I like base building. So I was like, it works for me.
Why using Windows on the Major Linux channel? Because Major Linux is a name. It's an idea. It's a lifestyle choice. Hi, how you doing? Major Linux here.
Hello.
Lost Record, Bloom and Rage. Apparently, this is the newest. This is a game that wasn't necessarily announced, but it's the newest game from Don't Nod, and I think this is where they kind of said, "Hey, we're splitting it off into 2 different chapters."
Yeah.
Also a release date. Arc Raiders made a new showing after releasing the finals, or after Embark Studios released the finals. Apparently this was a free-to-play game, but it is no longer a free-to-play game. It is now, I think, selling for $40.
Action shooter?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, looks like it. I was like, oh, okay, I see it.
Infinity Nikki.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yo.
I looked at it, I'm like,
I said, this is Kev game. And Kev was like, nope, this ain't it.
Nope.
This ain't it,
nope.
no.
This ain't me. I was like, it was like, this is Kev game. And I'm like, hold on now. Hold on.
I don't know. It looked cozy.
See, I'm good with cozy and like bright, shiny games, but it's like, that
was a drug-addled nightmare.
Yeah, it was a drug. It was like a drug-addled nightmare.
It made me like, look, this is what I was afraid Lake was going to, like, this is what, like, I was afraid something terrible was going to happen. And I hate those games where it's like all nice and cozy and then terrible shit happens.
Yeah.
Oh, so Bug Snacks.
No, Lake. Oh, wait, no. Lake is the opposite, where I expected it to happen and nothing did.
No, nothing did. Because I was with you on that too, where I was like, okay, something bad's gonna happen.
Just do it. Like, just do it. Get it over with. And
then it was like, there was a hint of something. And then it was like, nope, you're good.
Dude, it's like,
it really, Lake felt like, and I think Major could tend this. Lake felt like playing a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
It's like woman from a big city goes back to her small town roots.
This is like a Hallmark and a Lifetime movie. They're the same, except in a Lifetime movie, the shit does hit the fan.
Right. It's got more of an edge than it would have in a Hallmark movie.
Because that's when you find out, like, the serial rapist is around the corner. It's like,
yeah,
damn it.
But it was delightful. And the DLC, which is prequel DLC that came out called Season's Greetings. Oh, so good. You play as the father in this one. You play as Tomas.
I don't know if there's a Tomas in Dune. It sounds like a Tomas would be in Dune. But Dune Awakening.
Listen, Gaib.
Again, a game in which, man, that looks cool. Oh, wait, base building? Fuck this. Also, this is when OBS broke for me.
And I was like, okay. I mean,
I hate the fact that you even did that.
Yeah, you know what? You know. I feel Anka gonna play this.
Anka still need to finish Black Desert Online.
Because Anka loves.
She's playing.
Anka loves Conan.
Not to put her on blast, but she is also playing Baldur's Gate.
I gotta get on my ground. I'm gonna get that game one day.
Oh my god, it's so good. Even though I've not really made it far, I've re-rolled my character like 3 times.
I know it's good. I know it's
not
good.
and not for gameplay reasons, but because my character did not look like I wanted him to look, and I did not know how to change his appearance.
Right.
So it's like, fuck it, I didn't make it very far. I'm just gonna restart this thing over.
It's just that where I am when it comes to like capitalism, I am specifically there for that one game, and that's like there are times where I'm like, I know I'm about to pay $60-$70 for a particular game, but then I can go on Green Man and get it for cheaper. But then it's like, but this is the only game where I'm literally like, I am struggling financially to buy this, but that's just the only game.
Yeah, I mean, and like that was
just Baldur's Gate 3.
And that was me too. Like, yeah, I could have waited for that thing to go on sale.
Yeah.
But it's like, and even then, because I came back on it and it was like, I don't know, like I've been playing Divinity Original Sin, and it's like,
yeah,
I can't get into this game. I could not get into DOS. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about Baldur's Gate, and especially after the content started coming out for us, man, this looks cool, but I really don't know how I'm going to like it.
Right.
But something still told me, like, as much as people keep talking about it, keep saying play Baldur's Gate, so all right, I still pay that shit full price. Like, I ain't got money like that. But it's like, when I find this, you know what? Because like we had talked about it before, it's like, I could have bought Helldivers, cheaper game.
Yeah.
But I was like, I do not, like, there are people who have finished the game who are way ahead, and I feel like at this point, I will be slowing them down. I don't want to play with randos.
That part.
I miss the zeitgeist for that, and I'm okay.
Yeah, I invested in that,
like, so it's like,
I enjoyed it, but I was like, I feel like I feel like I would probably slow people down.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, you know what? I'm going to play Baldur's Gate because I could play with people. I don't have to. It's whatever. And like, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. I feel like I have made more progress in Baldur's Gate than like, oh no, I know I have.
Right.
I've made more progress in Baldur's Gate than I did in Divinity. And I was like, yeah, see, there's something different here about this one. I like what this game is doing.
Okay.
And it may be because like Larian has done more work. I'm pretty sure DOS 2 maybe a little bit better than DOS.
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, Baldur's is like, I see this. I see the vision now. I get what's happening. And right now I'm loving where the story is going.
Okay. I think that's probably what I'll do. I think probably next Steam sale, decent enough discount, I'll just go ahead and jump on it.
Even if they knocked it down 1%, I'd have bought it. 0%, I bought it.
Right.
I got it at a 0% discount.
You bought it at 0%. I'm like, boom.
I also did picked up Wargroove 2.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Jusant. I picked up Jusant. Jusant went on sale.
Nice.
So let me grab that too. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Going back to releases or announcements, Reanimal from the Little Nightmares developer,
which is not Little Nightmares 3 because they did release.
Yeah, that confused me a little bit, but
right. This is just a different. I think this is just a different game in maybe that like world, but it's not devoted to Little Nightmares. So it's
this is like Donod making the original Life is Strange, and then Deck 9 doing the other ones.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Wilds showed more content.
Oh yeah, they did. Ooh, I'm ready.
Looks more.
I don't know a single person who knows about that game that isn't happy about it. Except for like maybe people who are like Lance mains.
Look, I thought like, you know, the way it's like they called the hunting commission or whatever, like the hunting guilds, like, are we good to go? Hunt on. Like, all right, cool. Like, what if we actually just did hunting that way?
Yeah.
We just went out to the woods, we saw a deer, said, Game of Wildlife, are we good? Hunt on.
It was like, no, it was like when you got like stories, it's like that's when you do like the whole thing when you have like the kinstones and be like, ride on, and then like with Wilds, it's like guild commission accepted, hunt begins, and it's like, and I'm
You know what it's giving? You know what it's giving? Zoids, Zoid battles.
Oh yeah, it's definitely giving New Century. Yes. This area with a 3-mile radius is designated a Zoid battlefield.
What if you lived in that area? And you're like, yo, hey.
Yeah, there was funny thing. There was like the thing of how you find BitCloud, and he's like looking for like Zord parts, and he falls and he finds himself in the middle of the battle.
Bro, what are we doing?
Area scanned. Because they'll like say the Judge satellite just slams. There's like
It does.
It's like a big Judge station. Zoid Battle Commission station just comes up, and they just drop whole Judge satellites.
What? You know what that is? They just repurposed orbital weapons. It was like after the war, it's like, well, we've got these things now. What are we gonna? What if we have Zoid battles and we turn these big orbital weapons into judges?
Yep. What's funny? They do have, but then it's funny. They also do have orbital weapons. Because they were knocking out the Will Kings. Oh. Talking about it too much. I might end up watching it again.
Also up not only Kev's alley, but mine as well.
Yeah.
Civ 7 was revealed. And that game looks sexy.
I like how we both looked at that game at the same time and we were like, I don't know, man. And then after we watched it, I'm like,
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what?
Yeah. All right.
Maybe.
All right. You got me.
And I'll
at least try it.
I'm like, I can't buy 7 until I know when. I can't think about 7 until I know when Wilds is coming out. Because I know if Wilds is 70.
Well, look, you get just ask for Civ for your birthday. Go buy Wilds and just have Civ just sit there, like let it age, like fine wine.
Which is like Civ. I know because that's the cool thing about Civ. Civ will just always be there.
Yeah, it's like you're not playing a campaign.
I love the fact that Civ is just always there.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing a campaign where you got to keep up with it over time. Yeah. Like Civ is like, you play and you play. It's like a board game. It's like you play that thing multiple times. It's like
watching your stories.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I get Wilds, but your Civ is like that thing where it's like you just want, like if you're just looking for something to do, kill some time, you just open up, play a couple of turns in Civ, and you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, because I can't not play Wilds when it comes out. Like I cannot not play Wilds when it comes out. Because I've pretty much, with the exception of World, I have played Rise. That was the first Monster Hunter that I played. No, I take it back. I did play World's Day 1. Never mind. World Day 1, Rise Days 1, and then probably Wilds Day 1 as well. Because Wilds have so much good, like, features and accessibility updates. Just so good. The fact that you can just go into, like, hunts with NPCs, and then you call out SOS, and then nothing hurt me more than going in the world, and then like, oh my god, this is a bad monster, and I call out for SOS, and I gotta wait 5 minutes for somebody to show up, 5-10 minutes for somebody to show up, and I'm struggling. But now it's like you call out SOS, and then nobody pulls up. They throw NPC hunters in there, so AI hunters come in and hunt. So it's like it's I like that because it's like, yay for those who have friends and those who don't have friends, or those who want to hunt but just want to hunt with other people. Like, that's fun. That's fine. So and the dynamic levels when, like, oh, it's a bright sunny day, and then why everything's on fire? Why is everything lightning? But yes, those two had me pretty much grasped that night. Yeah.
Next up, Marvel Rivals.
Which I know everybody's excited about because I think Marvel Rivals is like, was it like basically Overwatch but Marvel characters?
Definitely fucking Overwatch.
Yeah, it's Overwatch with Marvel characters in it. Yeah. because like they're, and I mean, and I've heard good things.
Yeah, I have too.
And Jeff the Shark is in it.
I don't know who that is.
It's like a little. It's like think of a shark who can walk on land that has 4 legs. And cute. Jeff the Shark. Yes. But yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
'Cause I think
and then
it's free to play, right?
yeah, it's free to play. And then what got me was not the fact that it was free to play, but the fact that it, like all the characters are unlocked, and new characters will be unlocked as well. So you basically you
They
have
couldn't
to be like,
afford to go Overwatch's route before this most recent season.
right. So I feel like that's gonna be the thing that like brings people to like brings more eyeballs into the game, and bring more attention to the game because it allows it. It's hopefully it's not like it's probably gonna be like skins and battle passes, cash app.
Yeah.
You know, which again I got no problem with battle passes. I have no problem with battle passes. You know, just depending on how your mechanics are gonna work, you know. But I'm excited about it. I'll give it a try. Especially if it's on Steam and no secondary launcher. I'm good.
Prime Video's Secret Level. This is from the Blur Studios, the studio that makes all those cool little cinematics that you like to see in video game trailers. The CEO or whoever that guy was very, very emotional about the announcement.
Yeah, it was cool to see like a reimagining of like Mega Man, and then see like the Ultramarines. Then you see like Kratos, and it really does feel like not only a combination of vignettes, but also it also reminds me of like, do you remember the Star Wars Vision?
Yeah, this is what this is. Like it's like an anthology series.
Yeah, it's like also made by the same people that did Love, Death, and Robots.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I had some good. I didn't watch the entirety of that series. I watched like recommended episodes because people were like, you should watch this one and this one and this one, and I was like, oh, okay, and I did, and I was like, nice. That's the cool thing about anthology series. You don't really got to watch the entirety of the series. You can just cherry pick something. Cherry pick some. Except for like Visions, I watched all of it. But I did like about Visions, off topic, the Aardman episode, like the Aardman short from Visions.
You have to remind me.
It's the one. It's the race with the
parent.
Yeah, with the parent. It's like they're both Twi'leks. Yeah,
that was interesting.
That was interesting. I was like, I'm a big Aardman fan. I love Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit, the Chicken Run and Flushed Away. So I was like, ooh, let's watch this. I like this.
Next up, Starfield. They got vehicles.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, that vehicle it's slow. But it's cool to drive though, because it can fly.
It'll get you there, but it's better than feet.
Also, I love the fact that this trailer was literally like a car commercial.
Yes. It was like,
I wish like they like kind of was yes, with blah 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 horsepower, blah 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 pound feet of torque.
The new Cybertruck. And I love that there's a little module for like Vasco to see. There's a little space in the back where you can like fit in.
Also, this thing has built-in weapons. So apparently I was at New Jemison or whatever it was, like the city. I just not realized it was a beach scene. It had a beach ball in the back.
Oh yeah. Like all car commercials, you know, gotta be cool for the beach. Look at Vasco with his hands up in the air. It's so cute.
But look at it. Look at it. It's like, oh my God. I lost my shit when they landed. It just like, oh, that was a car commercial. Thank you so much. But of course, they also announced the date for Shattered Space, which is releasing on September 30th, 2024. But the car is available right now.
Yes.
But yeah, like, cause I was driving it in the New Jemison spaceport area, and I accidentally shot somebody, and let's say Sarah was not happy about that.
Yeah.
Sarah was not happy.
Yeah.
Also, that car drives really weird. I don't like it. I think it feels like it drives like the Warthog. And I would not blame them if they, you know, probably pull some people over from 343 to help them out with that.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of all of that, modders have already put the Warthog in Starfield. The Warthog is already in it.
I mean, as they should.
Yeah.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Monument Valley 3 has been announced, and it is launching through Netflix Games. Batman Arkham Shadow, in which Batman is actively killing people at this point.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Masters of Albion from Peter Molyneux.
Boo.
Who thinks this may be his last game because all that smoking gon' catch up and all that drinking gon' catch up.
As far as I'm concerned, that should have been his last game, but you know.
He also promises that it has nothing to do with Fable, even though it's called Masters of Albion. But I don't know, there's a lot of English shit that has Albion in the fucking title. Like the bad guys in Watch Dogs Legion were named Albion. Speaking of Netflix games, Squid Games Unleashed coming to mobile. If you loved capitalism and loved murder capitalism, but with a cutesy vibe, you'll love Squid Game Unleashed.
Once again, I feel like that show is some unspeakable amount of brilliance, because much like what I see from Helldivers, the way that show makes screamed a whole point that people refuse to notice.
Especially Netflix.
Like, you made, just the idea of them making, here's a cutesy version of Squid Game. And I'm like, I feel like if you made a cutesy version of this, you have missed the entire point for why they made it. That was a warning about what not to do.
It's like, oh, let's make a child friendly version of the Hunger Games. Like, you missed the point. You missed the point.
What do you mean? We missed it with PUBG, H1Z1, Fortnite.
Well, see, it's not really child friendly.
I mean, say what you want, but I mean, Fortnite.
I mean, they just play it. Fortnite is T for teen.
But again, just because cigarettes are for adults do not mean they were not marketed towards kids.
Here's the only thing I have to say about Fortnite is kind of Fortnite is forever going to be interesting to me, because that's not the thing that people do with it now wasn't even the thing it was made for.
No, it was just like a side mode.
Right.
It was just like, oh, it's just a little side mode. Yeah.
Also, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. More information was revealed there. I guess the Mercenaries class was announced.
Yes.
I feel like there was more than this, but there probably wasn't. Now that I scroll back up, it seems like that was a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fair amount.
Yeah.
That was spoken. It was just like.
Oh wait, some of the
And
stuff happened during the pre-show.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about that game where the dude was in that house, and like the note said, "Go for today, leave the house." And I'm like, yeah. Initially, I was like, okay, I clicked that this is a horror thing, but then when the guy, like, they had the developer on, he's like, yeah, sometimes you feel depressed, and I'm like, oh yeah, damn. You know what? I can see that. I can see now leave the house is like a thing, like depression, like, hey, get up, get dressed, step outside your house.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what this thing made it seem to be. This was a whole ass horror game. I didn't see him die. Not my problem. I got a city to protect. Again, just because the people Batman beats up die later at the hospital doesn't mean Batman hasn't been killing people. I mean, you can say that to the COVID folks too, but they don't want to hear that. Let's see. Let's go back to Indiana Jones and the the Great Circle. And that's launch on PS5. Xbox boss Phil Spencer addresses Indiana Jones PS5 launch news by saying Xbox, quote, is a business. I mean, yeah, we know. So we hear that you don't want to leave money on the table. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it seems like they are somewhat making good on some of their promises from the Activision acquisition. So look, we're gonna put games on PlayStation. PlayStation ain't got nothing to worry about. It was the employees that had to worry. Wayne Tech Insurance claim denied. Xbox is a business. Never would have known.
Yeah.
It's giving we live in a society.
Ha ha ha. Yes.
So yeah.
So I would like to say, as an aside to all this Gamescom news, in the article that we have there were a number of indie developers and other people who are just like, listen, it costs X amount of money to make a trailer, to get a trailer into Gamescom. And between that and travel, we absolutely could not afford that. But here's a video or a GIF or something related to our games. And so there is an entire side article linked there with a number of games like On Your Tail and Psycho Finger and Mullet Mad Jack and all of that. Also there. That's probably more Kevin's bag than anything, but hey, games, for all of the layoffs and everything else that are happening, there's still a lot of really cool, interesting, quirky little things that are out here and exist that should also be on your radar. So be on the lookout for them.
And if you would like, post that in the Discord. That way people can go check that out. Because yeah, we definitely love highlighting people all over. This normally isn't a channel that or program that highlights game releases and announcements. I mean, we do it every so often because it is a big event. But if somebody randomly does it on a Tuesday, it's not something we do.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, definitely if you know of things that and I might create a channel like Kev's on his server, where it's hey, if there are things that are coming out you are interested in and you want to share that interest, please do so. Mm-hmm. I mean, we do need more positivity. Yes, I focus mainly on the negative here because I don't know, I feel like I am trying to raise class conscience using the mediums I know how.
Mm-hmm. And because, quite honestly speaking, and with so much love, you do not know how to take a break.
You know what? I'm taking a break from arguing with y'all.
That's a lie. So
Microsoft's new Xbox Game Pass standard tier is now available to test for $1. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yes,
$1
Xbox's
expensive.
new shitty tier for consoles is available now. You can try for $1.
Nah, I'm good.
Darden says shout
It's
out
not
to Cyanide and
even.
Happiness.
It's not even available for $1. It's available to test for $1.
Well, I think it's like, hey,
up.
you can test as in like, hey, or try it out. Oh no, fuck. You know what? No, you're absolutely right, because this is for the Xbox insiders.
Yep.
Yikes.
The biggest.
They said, like, brother, they said that thing's gonna go up to $15. Like, bro, if you got me into something for $1, and then you turn around and said it was 14 additional dollars. Nah, like me and everyone you know are about to have a fight at the same time. It's about to be a battle royale up in here. What do you mean?
What's that, brother?
Dajin says shout out to Cyanide and Happiness for releasing their college party game. Now, millennials can relive our youth in video games. And Ruin says it's going to be a dark day when they ruin Game Pass on PC. It is going to be a dark day.
I feel like if or when they do, Ruin is going to be there to also fight them at the front door like it's Helm's Deep. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
My money's on Ruin, by the way.
Yeah. Rich people can't fight.
Shows I can't.
I don't know. I feel like Ron Ferguson can probably take a few people. He looks like he can fight.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there ain't no telling who's working over at Call of Duty right now.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, the standard edition does not have day one releases, so that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is also providing some clarity on when day one games and other titles will be available in the standard tier. Some games coming to Game Pass Ultimate day one games or other game entries will not be immediately available with Game Pass Standard and may be added to the library at a future date. Can be up to 12 months or more and will vary by title. Wait, what? Phil doesn't look like he could fight, but he has breast milk stealing Blizzard on his side. I think I'm cooked. I'm sorry, it's the breast milk stealing bit that's got me a little stuck here.
The biggest of yikes.
Yeah, that's a big yike. And yeah, I missed that. That must have been in my non-game covering days. That must have been back in the, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. While Microsoft is fighting off yet another L. Oh, wait, we ain't here yet. Microsoft's white Xbox Series X and 2 terabyte special edition model is launching in October. That was part of the Blizzard is a terrible place where, oh, okay. Yeah, I did not see that. But yes, the Xbox Series X all digital will be available on October. I just saw that damn date. October 15th, excuse me. Being available in all other markets on October 29th. Pre-orders are available right now. But yeah, so you got the all white Xbox Series S or X that is digital. And you have a 2 terabyte Xbox Series X with a disc. With a disc drive. That will be launching for $599.99. Also, the $349.99 1 terabyte Xbox Series S is available for pre-order and will be launching on October 15th. So more storage or no optical drive. The choice is yours. Microsoft's new Xbox adaptive joysticks put accessibility at the center. Microsoft is launching a new $29.99 Xbox adaptive joystick early next year that's designed for players with limited mobility and includes 4 buttons, an Xbox thumbstick, and 2 additional buttons for bumper and trigger controls. So of course, this is what we're looking at here. Looks like a Wiimote or like the Wii joystick.
Mm-hmm.
Or an Oculus controller. Oh, and now we're sort of jumping ahead, but I guess we'll go over there. 8-Bit Do is launching an official Xbox and PC accessibility controller with unique design and friendly price. Launching it for $60. So you got the controller here. You can plug in some big buttons if you need it. So yeah, it's good to see that more accessibility stuff is happening. Like Microsoft seems to be leading the accessibility hardware charge, while a lot of Sony first party studios are doing a lot of the accessibility work in software. I know PlayStation did put out their weird spaceship looking controller too. And I think there should be some accessories for that too, but I haven't seen much from that project lately. Then again, I haven't seen much from the accessibility controller too. But yeah, it's definitely good to see that again, we're making things more accessible for people because, you know, people do enjoy playing video games, and it's good to see, you know, we're now getting to a point where more and more people can play.
It's great because I'm all, you know, big up on accessibility. Yes.
Video game actors call for better transparency around disgusting mocap work not disclosed in advance. You know, when I initially bought this article in on Monday, I thought it was about like, you know, maybe just like kissing and just weird things. When we got into it though, it was a lot worse.
Oof.
Again, content warning here. We'll be discussing sexual assault.
Ooh.
Or the act thereof. In an interview with the BBC, professional casting director Jessica Jeffries, who previously worked as a motion capture performer, recalled times she'd be called for a booth shoot or for a shoot with absolutely no information about what the work entailed, only to find out that it included gratuitous sex scenes. Quote, "We'd get an email or a call from a studio saying we need you on these days for a shoot. That was all the information we'd get. I turned up and was told that I would be filming. Told what I would be filming would be a graphic rape scene. This act could be watched for as long or as little time as the player wanted through a window, and then a player will be able to shoot this character in the head." End quote.
Right. So I feel like this is a thing I have zero chill about, but I think that is a well-known and documented fact. So
yeah. And it was something where I had discussed Monday where it's like, you know, there was a bit of cognitive dissonance on my part, right? Where it's like, I know mocap is being used to make video games, but for some reason, and it also is just because like I do not play games where there is a lot of sex, or I do play games where there's a lot of sex. I just don't go looking for it. So I don't think about it. But it's like, that's right. Somebody would have to mocap this shit. And it's like, oh my God, like, what? No. And then like it just on top of that be like not even. But that's what I'm saying. Like I was not like I was looking for the sex. Also, I have not gotten that far in BG3. I know it's in there too. We'll get to BG3 in a second. The Witcher. I know there is like a scene where you go through and you see some things, right? I want to say that I've turned away from that on stream when streaming the game. But again, it's not like it's like, oh, I've got to find every sex scene like in Cyberpunk or something. But yeah, what's described in here? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
In one quote, in one recording for a major game, she first learned it was explicit only when she turned up for work. This was actually a full-on sex scene. I had to vocally match the scene and through the glass in the I had to vocally match the scene and through the glass in the booth with the entire team, all male, watching me. It was excruciating at this stage. At that stage, I had been in the games industry a while and I had never felt so shaken. What upset me so much about the situation is I was put on the spot. Nobody thought to ask me if I was okay with it, and nobody checked to see if I was okay afterwards, end quote.
Mm.
But in Baldur's Gate 3's case, developer Larian hired intimacy coordinators to ensure its actors felt safe and comfortable during romantic scenes. In an earlier interview with BBC, actor Devorah Wild, who plays Githyanki warrior Lae'zel in the critically acclaimed release, said she was pleased with Larian's decision to do so. So at least in Baldur's Gate 3, the sex scenes were consensual. People knew ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that made me feel bad. That made me feel real fucking bad. But the one that left me confused. Black Myth Wukong marketing team offers content creators a Steam key but bans feminist propaganda and all talk of COVID. Some of the things you are not allowed to talk, or you weren't allowed to talk about, were did not insult other influencers or players. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? How you living? How you feeling?
What's up?
Do not use any offensive language or humor. Do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse. Do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. Do not discuss content related to China's games industry policies, opinions, news, and etc. Thoughts?
After some careful consideration, I've determined that it has to be crack. It has to be.
Is this crack that you smoking?
For sure, been a minute since the Red TV stuff. Glad to see you still streaming. Oh yeah, still got some Team Red stuff in here. You know, the CPU is great. I got this RTX though. You know the vibes. They got to cover their ass from the CCP. Those like 2 points, especially the last two. I don't think it's so much of a covering their ass. It's just like, look, people out here wild. It's weird because you could have ended a sentence several words before, but you didn't. And a lot of the things that you were complaining, like they're saying that you should not do, are like almost in direct contradiction of each other.
I mean, at a certain point, it's kind of like, so do you plan on having women in the game? Do you plan on addressing like the rather large and overwhelming section of your gaming audience that are just sexist assholes? Are you going to do that? Because like,
I'm gonna say no, and I heard that there is some.
I'm just putting out here for the sake of consideration. You can't be like, hey, we don't want to do things that invite negative discourse when the things that invite negative discourse are normally people who just feel like they have like everything that they want to complain about should be heard and taken seriously. And I feel like I could just invite the company to be like, hey, if this comes up, we're not going to listen to that shit because why would we do that? It is unnecessary.
I mean, my thing is like they're talking about like no violence. A lot of these images are violent.
No violence in what kind of game?
Oh, what are you asking? What type of game this is?
No, I mean, I'm actually asking that question. Yes, because there's like no violence. What game are you making?
A Souls-like. And yes, this is this is Black Myth Wukong.
Because like,
it's a Souls game. It's a Souls-like. Mm-hmm. About the journey to the west. You took a story that has violence in it, in a genre that is marked by violence, and went, but we don't do violence here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk about violence.
Yep.
Also, it sounds weird to me, the idea of feminist propaganda, when most of the feminist propaganda that I've heard labeled as feminist propaganda is, hi, women are humans too and should be treated as such.
No, we can't do that. What are you doing? Can't do that here. We were talking about Black Myth Wukong.
Like you're over here fighting monsters.
It's just feminist propaganda and fetishization. I don't. Yeah, this is fucking weird, bro. Even after days of just sitting on it, I'm still like, yo, this is fucking weird, bro. What are we doing? Just let people play the game and talk about it.
But like, it's playing the game and talking about it, but like the people who are also like, quote unquote, the target audience for people who would play this game are also people who regularly comment on the game's industry and things like government laws and practices that impact how games that we play get made and how people get paid for them and other things happening. Like me, you, and Kevin on this show, like so many other people in the streaming space that we know.
That play this game?
You already... like that might play this game, right? As far as people who would cover those, like people who would just talk about those subjects. Hey, we don't want to mention things like COVID, or we don't want to talk about game industry like policies or practices and things like.
I mean, I feel like they
I think
been...
like all of us collectively know a whole bunch of people who do.
I mean, I feel like it would have behooved them to just say, "Hey, just talk about how cool the game is."
Right, because when
these all seem like
weird.
negative things that may happen in this game, and they don't want it pointed out.
Right.
Or
and
like don't make fun of Chinese people.
And then not expect, and then for you to say all these things and not for that to be the story in and of itself. Like,
yeah, I don't know what content creator is out there that is that damn big and like who would cover like Souls-like games like this and would make that kind of disruption. But then again, I guess I'm not in those niche spaces.
Make what kind of what kind of disruption are we talking
Like
about?
talking about politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other concepts that instigate negative discourse. Like,
Well, I mean, I think a lot of those things are just like large sweeping statements. Like if me and you or well, I suppose like it depends on who you talk to and things like that. But like someone will be like, hey, I heard such and so about like the development of this game. What do you think about it? And like that ends up becoming a conversation. Or like feminist propaganda. My question is, what did you put in this game that would be like, this isn't a good way to treat women? What did you do in here? What did you do? Because like you have a person walking around swinging a stick and fighting bosses. Is there something you put in here that you need to talk to me about?
I mean,
Don't mention COVID. Who is going all the way out of the, like we're playing Black Myth Wukong. Who came in here to bring in that conversation?
because it's made by Chinese developers about a Chinese story. Somebody could just
You
be
see,
racist.
you see how I'm confused about things like this because it's like don't mention COVID. Me and my homies talk about that regularly because we think you should mask outside, right?
Again,
like that's the weird
that was the point I tried to make Monday. Is like if I was just a content creator who was just sick with COVID or just from my previous stream mentioned, hey, my partner got sick, my mom got sick. Look, I can like if somebody in my chat just asking, hey, how's your family doing? I heard they were sick with COVID. No, we can't talk about it. We playing Black Women Wukong today.
I mean, many a time though, in my stream by saying like, wear masks when you're out, but we can keep 6 feet away.
Yep, can't say it.
Can't say it.
Can't say it.
You were doing so good, but you said wear a mask.
Nope.
Like.
Like I expect there like to be bells and whistles and talking chairs and things like that because we said the word of the day. Like
Right.
the nonsense of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like the last two were just like, hey, these things are just associated with China. Don't talk about that. Let's just not talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one is the one that's like, okay, some name right here. Some just say right. All the other ones I get. They want nice, clean streams that they could probably use for promotions.
Which I overall get because
But it's that third one. It's that third bullet point. It's like this seems like a hot mess of a hodgepodge things to include, not to talk about for reasons. TM.
Yeah.
Because you are literally in the game fighting things. What are you?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That merge, like that's my point. It's like there are some things I understand. But again, it's the third point. 1 and 2 I get, 4 and 5 I get. There are reasons why you would say those things. That's fine. It's the third point. It's just the third one.
No, like it's just like a whole bunch of these things would seem to be just like standard things or whatever. Like don't say bad things about other creators.
Yeah, that's a Twitch policy.
Don't be racist and sexist and all of these other things. But like the very specific stuff of being like it's what it's giving is don't say things that make us look bad. And it's just like, what did you do?
Yeah, and like again, I can see that argument for 4 and 5. And again, this is not me arguing you. I can see the arguments for 4 and 5. It's just 3. It's bullet point 3. That just one of these things is not like the other.
Because like nudity, are there naked people in Black Myth Wukong? I haven't played it, so I'm like, what? But I'm also like high key. I'll tell you what, that I'll just wait until whatever the game is published and then say whatever it is that I'm going to say.
It should be out now. Yep, comes out August 20th, 2 days ago. Ruin. You're getting close. You're getting close, but
Like, the thing is, like, that's not even, like, it's one of those, like, how does that even work over here? It would be different if it, like, if this, it is a lot easier for you to make the jump from this game to something like Dragon Ball Z than it would be to, like, make it over here to this, like, side of the shore as far as countries go.
like if you play the game, you may understand why they said it.
Are you sure you want me to do that?
No, I'm not saying you should play the game. I'm saying, like, if somebody were questioning this and then they played the game, then it's all I see why they told me not to do that, because I have thoughts and feelings. And it could be thoughts and feelings in one way or the other.
And the thing I don't like is that there's one of these things of being like, even something as simple as, because the people that I know that critique things normally give, like, here are the game mechanics and all this other stuff, but then they also talk about things like story beats and narratives and where that stuff comes from. And all of that stuff would just, like, throw, like, bullet point number 3 right out the window. Hate it here. So let me go eat this tiramisu and, like, get out of here.
We got 2 more. We got 2 more. Come on, just 2 more. You don't want to miss this one because we're going to streaming news now. Shouldn't be too big, but Twitch is upping its subscription prices in mobile.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Am I upset about, I think we talked about this before, am I upset about increased, like, sub prices or whatever? Not, like, super particularly or anything like that, but specifically that is for mobile users.
Yeah.
And it's for a limited amount of countries.
Including
and there's
the
probably
US.
and that likely means that there are plans to expand it is one thing, but also I think the understanding is that there is, like, some kind of hidden policy here where they're trying to recoup the cost of having mobile subs because there's, like, an extra set of fees for having your application listed in the store or whatever that they might be trying to recoup here. And I'm just
trying
like,
to get off the front end, trying to get everything off of everybody else.
Honestly speaking, I'm just sitting here waiting until they just go, what if we just made that price increase across the board? And I'm like, do it if you want to and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing of, like, why I'm very much of the mindset of, hey, Coffee, Patreon, Throne, all them sites, basically those places where you can go, like, if you're gonna, like, support creators, definitely support creators off of those sites, buy the merch, buy, if they have merch, buy the merch. Yeah,
you sound like my son. He's always asking me about merch.
Right.
So, Daddy, where's your merch?
I feel like absolutely no one. I feel like absolutely. Well, I mean, you should tell son we're waiting for, like, those baseball jerseys. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
I mean, to be fair, I do have a thing I need to do. That Stream Elements did change their store, and I have not moved any or done any work on that shit.
The only reason why I don't have merch yet is because I don't have any decent enough designs together. But once that happens, yeah.
It's just hard for me to find a place to make a shirt in my size. That's one of the reasons why I've never done it.
Fair.
I mean, we made I made the replica shirt once Anka gave us our official shirts.
But, like, the amount of these things that are just, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to see what they decide to do with this and then how they decide to roll that out later, because it's about to be a mess.
But yes, you can always buy me a coffee at code-feed.com/MajorLinux.
Yep.
Or Patreon, you can support DC analysts. At patreon.com/testyouranalyst.
Yep. That's why I'm, like, very much of, you can have it, the Thrones. Some people want to give you some of the Thrones. For the day one, it's the Amazon wish list. you know, like if you want to like support me in the cause,
Yes,
definitely
ruin.
do so.
Yeah, ruin the price. The amount we get does not change. As
The
people,
frames, the frames be framing. I do need to
these frames be
write.
framing.
I do need to write down some of the Kevisms though. I need.
What if it was just like a silhouette of his glasses? The frames be framing. Come on, that's gold, man.
I mean, I like that. That's why I'm like.
That's gold, man. Come
That
on,
is
Kevin's
man.
Kevin is making a stink face. That's what that is.
I didn't recognize because it was a very small video feed. So I was like, come on, man, it's good. This good.
I'm not begrudging you. I'm just like, damn, that's so good.
No, that's like one of those things that you hear rap artists like,
There we go, baby. Slam dunk. That was an alley oop. Merge threw it up. I just put it in the hole. Like, what's up, baby? And in update news, hey, if you're using Google Chrome 1, why? 2, you should update. There's another 0 day. It is being actively exploited. Please update Chrome.
Yes.
Do it. Do it now.
can I add a thing to our list here? Because
It will keep you from the tiramisu, but sure.
I'm gonna add a thing. It's related to the Olympics, as everybody knows. The Olympics have happened, and because one of the things that we regularly cover here is the ransom, randed, and rancid musketeer. I am pleased to announce that he's getting sued for like that. His basically being transphobic is getting him clapped the fuck up. Him and J.K. Nolan, and I'm here for this. I really am.
Did you mispronounce her name on purpose?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gets no respect in this house.
Okay,
Jared Karen.
Just making
Listen,
sure.
Jared Karen Rolling.
J.K. knowing better.
Right? Is about to get hit with a lawsuit by somebody who can afford to hit them back. I am personally being, I'm personally very happy about it.
Residual checks are not enough. The residual checks, they ain't enough.
And so, that is a personal highlight for me, but also because that's less about JK at this point and more about the fact that Elon is also caught up in this, because once again, this is what happens when you don't moderate shit on your platform and allow people to say hateful shit, and they just go, well, since you don't want to censor your shit and tell your friends to watch their fucking mouth, I'm gonna go ahead and come for your pockets, because that seems to be the only language you understand.
Unfortunately, I feel like he's gonna put up. Has he personally said anything about it? Because that's gonna make the difference. She can't sue him because of the platform, because of Section 230, which we getting a raid.
Oh, hey, raid! I'm sure he said something.
Abby Albie, thank you for that.
Oh no,
raid.
he absolutely did, because of course he did.
Yeah.
Hold on for a second.
That's what I want to make sure, because she has to sue Muskie Musk personally. She cannot sue Twitter because the content that is being put on the site.
She is suing him personally for things that he said on record. So
yes.
Period.
He said that with his mouth and chest.
Wait, okay, hold on. Link, where'd you come from?
Let's not do that. That's egregious.
Very. Oh, well, let me do that in here. I have to go over here. Oh, you got it. Y'all got, look at it. Look at it.
Pew.
I can't, all three of us mods on a channel, and I can't even be fast enough on my own channel.
Look, I was so quick on
that's
this.
That's what you have us here for.
Removed it, banned him again.
What's going on, Abby? You see how they came in there like, I'm gonna come in here with this raid, and ain't nobody gonna know. I was like, oh, where? It's like that though? It's like that? Okay, there we go.
But yeah, also that
that
lawsuit is in fact happening in France. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
What's going on?
I'm going to personally very deeply enjoy however that goes.
Fantastic.
Just watching all this and being like,
because it's like how you, a person who is who is female, and you are decidedly female, and then you say I'm gonna be trans in a country that is not friendly to trans.
oh no, it is not just unfriendly, right? It is illegal.
It is
like
against
it is
the law.
It's against the law to be trans, and you say am trans. How you think that's gonna go?
So like it's one of those.
But the country says,
You said that this person, you said that this person was this thing, which was not the case for one.
No.
But for two, because of that, they got a whole bunch of hate from your platform behind the thing that they could demonstrate the fact that you said. Mind you, while you live in a country where it is legal for, and content warning here, because obviously we're talking about violence and death against queer people. Like you can, like people are allowed legally, if they suspect that you are not straight, can just kill you. This is the place that this person is from.
Right. And yet
and I'm going to not even go into the very long history that is tied to like us and all of our melanin as part of the cast here, because I mean Caster Semenya right there. Both of the Williams sisters are also in this picture. Like if y'all could just mind your business.
You know how much money you would save?
Like, child, like
minded your business.
If you could just be
do you know
like
how much shame you would save?
They have to have a sense that
business.
They have to have a sense of shame to start with. So like we're here, but also like
I say, shame
just
saves your coins, but.
It really would. Like y'all get a 100% discount on a lot of different things if y'all could just keep your name out your mouth. But considering, and this is mostly addressed to Elon in the form of like a Kendrick Lamar verse, if you could just, you know, like deal with your daughter as it currently stands and how you are getting red for blood, bones, and marrow there and not worry about what other people are doing, maybe you wouldn't be in these situations. But alas, we are here.
You worry about the wrong things.
You're worried about the wrong things. Like your whole house is like very, very far out of order. Like go deal with that.
Don't you got more of them bum ass trucks to sell?
You mean those 8-bit pixelated PS3, like PS3.1 for Windows graphics?
Okay. Okay, he saved it.
Right.
No, PS3, no, they were fully rendered. This is fully 3D rendered at 1080p. We said PS3.1 for Windows. He was like up here and shoo.
Yeah. The way I'm sitting up there, funny moment happened in Fortnite last week. So you know Cybertruck's on. You know Cybertruck is in Fortnite.
Cybertruck.
Right? You know. So Cybertruck's out, and it is 2,800 V-Bucks for the skin and everything, right? 2,800 for the bundle. It's like that breaks down to like $22 for the truck skin, right? And even then, Jerry had that little pivot moment where I've died, and we're gonna she's gonna res me, and she's like, "Oh crap, we gotta find the car. Oh, there's a car." And then guess what we see? It's a Cybertruck. I'm like, "Oh." Jerry did that little step like, "Oh, it's a Cybertruck." And then she's like, "Well,
I'm bleeding.
My
I'm bleeding out, Jerry." But it's a Cybertruck.
It's a Cybertruck. No, it was like she's gonna res me, and then it's like, but the storm's coming. The guns are in the distance, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I gotta use the Cybertruck. And the Cybertruck is the slowest truck in the game. It is slow compared to like what Jerry says. It is slow. It is slow. It has barely any boost. It's unwieldy, and even in Fortnite, it's a bad buy. Even in fork knife is terrible.
I
It's
would spend
terrible.
more time in
For a
Fortnite.
truck, for a car skin, yes.
I need to put that on my main drive so I can play Fortnite and just only hunt Cybertrucks.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I'm telling Verge in the Discord. In my Discord, I'm like, there is no effing way I'm going to have a Cybertruck, and them, especially on the wrecked season, and everybody in that instance is going to hunt me down.
We should play Fortnite, and that's
They're
all
gonna
we
be
do.
like, they're gonna be like, time out, bro. Attack the Cybertruck.
That's what we should do. We should just like all load into
Truce.
Fortnite and just go hunt Cybertrucks. Hunters Guild, hunt commence. Ah!
Hunting guild. I can say, hunt accepted. Hunting guild approved. Hunt Cybertrucks. And all we see is like hunt start, and just like all of a sudden they're like da 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 da. Not
We
be very, very quiet. I'm
we
like,
hunt Cybertrucks.
Cybertrucks.
If the Cybertruck were accurate in Fortnite, it would explode and catch on fire with you in it the moment you hit a truck or hit an object.
Yeah, it would be literally like, yeah, it would save itself, but then hurt you.
All the Cybertrucks got recalled while y'all were hunting. Sorry.
Yeah. Gosh, when I tell you, I was sitting there today and I was watching Cyber Hate. I was watching like people who basically like Cybertruck bashing videos, because that's my Roman Empire now. So it's like I watched like 2 of them, and it's like the consensus of all those videos are somebody in the comments says, "Hey guys, there's a lot of red flags with my truck, and I'm actually going to be selling it in a year, but I really do like it. I mean, there's some really good features about it.
You know, it's funny,
I mean, I can't really drive it.
It's funny you mentioned that you're selling it in a year.
Yeah,
why not now? Huh?
Right now.
Why not right now? Why not right now?
Because they're trying to get a Roadster 3.
No.
Elon said.
Oh wait. Okay,
it,
never mind. I see the connection you're making now. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, because Elon says, yeah, if I sell it, I can't they're gonna blackball me, and then I can't buy the Roadster 3 that I really wanted. The new Roadster 3. So yeah, like Elon's got the people in a hostage. They have to stick with their trucks, and the trucks are so bad.
The Cybertruck, Titanic, Submersible, and Theranos are the Roman Empire's living rent free in my head.
As they should have it.
Yes, Merge, that's what we're getting at. You're forbidden from selling the truck in a year, or you'll be blacklisted, or
that's what I'm saying.
blackballed.
Because that's the consensus. That's the consensus that I have seen. It's like they love a lot of the features of the Cybertruck, but they don't like the Cybertruck. They do not like. They barely like driving it, and a lot of and then it's like the hating videos is like. And then especially they brought up Marquez.
Oh, Takal, you did not know that?
Oh yeah.
I could have sworn we talked about that at one point.
Yeah, today I learned. Yeah, I found that out today. I found that out today when I was watching the videos.
I could have sworn we talked about that.
God, because we probably did. I probably just forgot. But it was just wild to me. And then because of the consensus of like, guys, 90% of the people who buy Cybertrucks are not going to use it for like hauling or towing, and then I think and then juxtaposed to Elon talking about it can haul and tow, and showing videos of it hauling and towing stuff. Apologists, like dishonor on all your channels, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
I just love like watching people try to take it to the fucking beach and shit, and it's like it gets stuck in the beach.
Like,
and don't get
it wet or it rusts. It rusts in the rain. Don't drive in the rain. Oh god.
Yeah, Ruin points out that most people do not buy trucks to actually do truck stuff.
Well, see, that's fine.
No, it's not.
It's not fine.
No,
but-
it is not fine. like I wish I did that real quick. No, it's not.
Yeah, you're right. It's not fine.
These big ass vehicles that aren't doing anything but taking up space. Hell no, that's not great. That's how people die.
And you're not carrying nothing. You're not even carrying furniture. Like, not even carrying.
I don't
TVs.
know. So to call for that clause, I don't know if it's all Tesla vehicles, but it was explicitly mentioned in the Cybertruck.
It's
because people kind of saw it a mile away. Said, "Yeah, this truck is going to be bad for people."
Right.
So it's like when people were looking through the contract because they knew it was okay. This is going to be a bad deal.
Right.
They all pointed, like people started pointing that shit out, and it was removed, but then secretly added back.
Yeah, because again, they don't want people to like. They want people to keep their Cybertrucks because they don't want like a weird used market for Cybertrucks just out there. And
the last thing I'm gonna do is to buy $100,000 truck and then resell it. But that's what people are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with that. Couldn't be me.
Could be me though. But yeah.
Cybertruck.
Oh. Driving around and then it gets stuff.
Always driven by a stupid fuck.
It is a Cybertruck.
It is a Cybertruck.
It is a Cybertruck.
I feel like no one's going to appreciate the fact that Gummy Bears was a whole cartoon.
Yes.
I keep forgetting that's what that's from.
Oh yeah, I never forget. I love that shit.
That doesn't make any sense. You can't force someone to keep an object they don't want. That's literally against fair trade laws.
Elon don't give a shit about fair trade laws. What are you talking about?
Elon thinks he's literally settled Kaibo. What do you mean?
I mean, if it's in the contract, it's legal. I don't know what to tell you, dog. Do you really own the things that you own?
Mm-hmm.
That is a discussion for a different day.
Luckily, I've only seen the one Cybertruck. I mean, I have seen 5 Cybertrucks. No, I take it back. I have seen 9. I forgot. I drove past the Tesla dealership the other day, and saw a line of them.
Part of me is like, I want to see a Cybertruck, but I don't want to. But now I'm like, nah, I don't want to see a Cybertruck. Mm-hmm. Though I have seen some Tesla Roadsters. I have seen some Tesla Roadsters around here, but I've not seen Cybertruck.
Well, before it turns into car talk or electric car talk, Kev, what you got going on this week?
Nothing major. You know, like hopefully getting out of this like hellish heat, and we can get down to some like nice coolness, so I can like start the cooler weather projects that I've been wanting to do. Been playing lovely farming sims. Like, also, I'm hoping that I will be able to obtain End Zone 2, which is like basically like a post-apocalyptic city builder. I'm very happy. I'm very hoping that will be coming my way. I think next week. So we shall see. So here's hoping about that. I've been playing the playtest. I've been playing the playtest on the low, and I've been kind of enjoying that. What else? Creatures of Ava. That's actually really good. Played a little bit more of that last night. That's the it's not really like monster hunting, but more of like the creature calming game where you basically have to like calm them with the power of magic and love and you know biodiversity and saving conservationalists efforts.
Let me stop doing that before it looks like I am one of those people who do not believe in that shit.
Yeah, I did.
But put my hands down. I believe.
And indeed. And also, since like 2 Point Museum has been released, I have been running back 2 Point Campus and possibly Hospital, so we can kind of like clean up that DLC, clean up some unplayed DLCs for those. And I'm getting real hype I did like it as well, Ruin. I did like the Next Fest demo to End Zone 2. I played that during Steam Next Fest demo days. So yeah, I'm just basically just staying, relaxing, spending time with the spending time with the fan bam. My bestie is one of my besties is in town, so I have been, reaching out to spend some time with them, my bestie slash classmate. So I am like, just being like, maybe try to see if maybe we can get some lunch or some coffee and just kind of like sit back, relax, and reminisce. They have Wait, museum is out. No, museum is not out. No, museum is not out yet. Otherwise, I'd be playing that.
Don't you put
it
that?
is
Don't you put that evil on me?
like, hold on now, pump your brakes, Merge. No, I'm just saying, like, since it has been announced, and the trailers have made their rounds, I have been playing Two Point Campus. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just nothing major, but yeah, keeping busy and keeping doing nice cozy things. Oh, Fields of Mystaria is really good. I've been playing that one. I think I played that one upwards of a week, and but I am kind of like struggling with the time because the time is a little bit too fast. It's a little you slow it down. That's the one. That's a farming sim. That's a cross between a farming sim with with a lot of the visuals of, say, like, if you've seen like Fantasy Star, how the characters look very very much like almost like 80s anime-esque drawings. Yeah. But outside that, it's a good game. It's good. So I was missing out. You weren't missing out, Merge. You'd know if it was out, Merge. Because I would be, it's out. So. But, yeah. That's it for me.
All right. Sin, what you got?
What I have is a visitor and hopefully a cute, adorable trip to a donut store.
Oh.
And maybe the Black August, like a Black August gathering of some sort in the lovely lands of Durham.
Yes, we're having a film screening tomorrow, if you're interested.
A film screening tomorrow? As far as I know, tomorrow is generally spoken for, but that's also because off-screen individual here. So,
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about. My bad.
no, that is also the Black August thing that I'm aware of anyways on Saturday.
Okay.
At 4.
Okay.
I did not know there was a thing happening tomorrow though. So I have learned things. And then it's back to work. So on Monday.
All righty. Let's see. For me here, as I mentioned, we do have a screening of Judas and the Black Messiah tomorrow at the People Solidarity Hub in Durham. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Excited about that.
Okay.
I've seen a clip from that movie, and it is one of my favorites. So I cannot wait to see what it was in context and just hear it again because I loved that speech. But before that, I am planning to hang out with some CWA workers. We may know CWA for the union, labor union that is helping game developers, QA staff, and the like in the gaming industry unionize. The CWA local members here they contain AT&T employees, and AT&T employees are striking at the moment. So I might go out and enjoy a nice Friday with them. Sit with them, chill with them, hold some signs with them, and to show that solidarity. So I'm looking forward to that. Saturday, I might go canvassing. I don't know. I know I planned for Sunday, but I think Saturday was Durham canvassing, and I think I'm going to do Sunday canvassing here in Raleigh. So Saturday, I might just take it easy. Just chill. There's also there's another event that's happening. I'm not sure if it's open, so I'll just breeze over that. Monday, last day of summer, baby. Somebody's going to school on Tuesday. So yeah, today we went to an open house. He met Katie met his teacher, and Tuesday he's going back to school. But at the same time, while he's at school, I'm having a bed delivered. His nice little gamer bed. So with RGB complete with RGB lighting.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Which the salesperson was like, she was trying to sell us on the warranty thing, right? And my wife said, I don't know, because like she admits, yeah, like if the light goes out, we'll replace the light. And my wife said, can you replace the light? I said, if that light goes out, if I don't take it out myself, because I cannot stand RGB, but if that light goes out, I'm not fixing it. Or I can find something cheaper. I can get like the Govee strip or something, put up under there. Like I can replace this. That's not an issue. However, this is not me telling you not to get the extended warranty or whatever, because if that bed breaks for any reason, structurally, I want that fixed. We ain't worried about
the light. We worried about the structural integrity.
Like your son is 5 feet in the air. Why is that not the concern for you?
That part, because I'd be like, I want to make sure that everything is good. That the bed, he doesn't fall out of bed, or bed doesn't fall on him when he's gaming. Like that's the thing that I'm like, would be the most concerned of. But what about the light? Is the light gonna go out? So I want to make sure the light's good.
And I think it's because that was the last thing the salesperson said.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm not fixing the light, but I don't know. I also cannot just fix a bed. So shit happens in this bed. No, we need to call somebody, bro. Oh my God. So yeah, we got it, but yeah, it was like, yeah, you worried about the wrong thing here. Completely wrong thing. So yeah, the bed should be here tomorrow on Tuesday, so that we spend his first school night in his new bed. He's got a little desk and everything, so
nice.
I was apprehensive about putting the computer in there, but I think I might. Because he doesn't do anything on it, and it's like, I mean, like he does things on it, but it's not like he goes on the internet and starts looking up weird shit.
Right.
So I would, like, my thing is I want to approach this from a place of trust. I've put enough protections and blockers on it. So it's like, you're okay. There may be things I missed, and I know there are things I missed because things get invented every day.
Things fall through the cracks, yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, and like I'm not worried about you watching porn. Porn sites are blocked in North Carolina, so yeah, whatever. I mean, unless you discover Reddit, which he ain't that far off. I swear he ain't. But yeah, like I trust them enough to where it's like, all right, if you want the PC in your room, you can have it in your room. I might convince my wife to let me put 2 monitors in there and see how he does with that. But I also probably don't want to overwhelm him.
What, you didn't want to give him the ultra wide screen?
What, the thing I don't even have? I'm sorry. Daddy comes first.
4K high refresh.
Daddy comes first. He'll be lucky to get those 1080p 60s. Those like,
wow, 1080p 60.
I'm sorry, what's wrong with a 1080p 60 monitor?
It's gonna have that 16 by 900.
Give me the Skibbity Ohio. But hold on. No, wait, hold on. Wait, we need to go back to that 1024 by 768 real quick. Let's just take it back there.
That 1280 by 1024.
Ooh.
13 inch monitor.
Where am I gonna find me a heavy ass boob tube that takes? Oh shit! It's a 970 there, so it takes DVI. Shit.
Goodwill.
Ooh, but no, he does have a 1080p 60 monitor he currently uses.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay,
it would be fucked up. It would be fucked up. It's like, all right, you get your computer in your room, but your monitor is as big as your cube PC.
Yep. I'm telling you, that'd be a good punishment. Put that.
Yeah, I should.
Like I say,
I should go buy one. It's like, fuck around. We gonna find out.
You get the cathode.
Even though I don't know, the refresh rates on those not that bad.
Bad, but
They weren't. I mean, look, there's a reason why Smash fans go back to those.
Mm.
Well, granted, maybe not PC monitors, but them Sony Trinitrons.
Oh, them Trinitrons were
Trinitrons.
Them Trinitrons was something special. Play Smash Bros on the N64 with that.
Yep.
It
It's GameCube though, because they were playing Melee.
Like, Melee. Oh, you mean Melee?
Oh my god. Anywho,
Melee.
the fuck else is going on? Actually, I think that's about it. Yeah. So, some Black August stuff happening this weekend. Some canvassing going on because in socialism before it ends us. And let's see, yeah, and just the bed stuff that's coming in. So really excited about all that. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you everybody for tuning into another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Oh, I forgot to say, just because Kev likes to talk about games he's playing, more Baldur's Gate, and probably some tactical Breach Wizards. Thank you, Merge.
Thank you, Merge.
But yeah, on top of with all that being said, yeah, thank you again for tuning into another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for August 22nd, 2024. I'm not sure whose turn it is this month to pick our third place game, but they have 7 days to figure it out.
I got you.
Because I know, like I said, we're gonna try to take turns. Like we were just gonna introduce each other to a multiplayer game, which is gonna be really hard for me. So how about we all just buy Baldur's Gate and we just play Baldur's Gate?
If I could, I got it.
No, I'm not going for it. Like, yeah, that's a $60 game. I am not going to force somebody to do that.
But one day I will have it, and when that day happens, we will definitely do it.
I mean, I'm all for more For the King though. It's like, budget, and that was great. I do like For the King. Sin convinced me on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got third place coming up next week. So no news. Thank you. Also next week, even though it seems like for 3 weeks I've been taking a break from Tech Talk today, but I know I've been talking about taking a break once Caden goes back to school, so I can figure out early versus late stream stuff now that he's back in school, and I can kind of stream for a continuous amount of time while he's not here. And I don't know, still thinking about, do I want to cover news or do I just want to sit down and just play video games for 4 hours? And maybe just talk about some tech stuff.
Porque las dos.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I could probably do that, but just kind of get back to what things used to be where, hey, we were playing games here before we started covering tech news. And it seems like talking about depressing news it sucks. I should stop doing that all the time. I am not a newscaster who is detached from the world around me. I feel.
Best thing you can do is put that time and energy into action and keep speaking truth to power, and that's all you can really do. That's true talk. This is all we can really do. I'm like, hey, that shit you trying to do, don't do that.
I will say, like, look, if you have something you want me to talk about, it is tech or gaming related, bring it to chat. We'll discuss it. That I'll allow that. Or something comes across my mind, or if I happen to see something on Mastodon, that's like, all right, look, no, we gotta stop talking about this right now. Anywho, I'm rambling yet again. It's 11. We need to get out of here. Again, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. We will see you next week for Thursday Plays. We will let you know maybe what games to play. I probably won't, and you'll be surprised on Thursday. With With all that being said, you all could have been anywhere in the world. You could have been watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech and gaming and streaming and update news yourself, but you said no, thank you. Because Sin's world is on fire. And for that, we say put it out, man. You're going to burn the house down. And on that bombshell, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people out there is no one is going to save us but ourselves. I love you. And peace. And he put it out. Kev.
You ain't finished that piece out.
I did.
Oh no, literally on the word me putting the fire out. We rolled that into a joke right there. You have to give us that Wakandan send off though.
Wakanda forever.